What you're looking at here is our prototype. There's going to be a lot of changes from this model to the production model. If you're interested in all the details of the accessories, go watch the shorter videos on those. As a whole, the camper performed really well on our recent 4,500 mile long road trip. There were only two structural things that concern me that we are addressing in production. One of them are the way that we're mounting to the bed. These basically just clamp on from the top down. We did some serious off-roading and the entire camper actually slid forward about ½ an inch in the bed, which was a little concerning. I don't want this thing moving around at all. So we're going to redesign the clamping mechanism so we actually not only get a vertical clamp, but we also get a horizontal clamp on the bed rail itself to keep it from sliding. One other thing I noticed is that the frame here shifted like a millimeter or two, and that's also from all the weight above moving around as we're off-roading. Honestly, it's probably not something to be concerned about. In the future, I want to create videos of this thing on raptors jumping in sand dunes, and so I need to make sure it's beefed up to the utmost. So I'm going to add some support brackets basically up in the corners here on each side to basically create a better shear wall. On the front side, we basically have a panel that creates a shear wall which keeps the frame from shifting. There's nothing in the back to prevent that. So those are the only two structural changes we're making. As far as visual changes, the rear rain guard was actually, with our design, it's a little hard to keep it tensioned, and I have some concern in heavy rain that it might pool on the top. So we're gonna change the angle of that, which will also lower the windows a little bit, which will make them a little bit easier to unzip. Right now, I'm 6'3", and it's actually hard for me to zip and unzip the windows. We're still gonna keep them really big because that's a main feature of the camper. We'll make them a little bit easier to get up into. With that, we're gonna add some condensation vents up there. And then also, right now we use these grommets through the same track system that runs throughout the entire camper. And those have held up really well, but they're not the best at providing an airtight seal. And so we're gonna try to solve this by adding a strip of Velcro in addition to the grommets. So you basically have one that bears load and one that keeps light and dust out. Let's see what else we have. Let me pull out my phone and check my notes. The latches, so the red latches on the side, they got a little bit gritty from all the dust on the trip. And so we're gonna redesign the latches. They'll actually be able to bear a lot more load and be a simpler mechanism, so it won't be a warranty issue in the future if they do get dust inside. Only other thing really is this bar on the bottom of all the doors is a little flimsy for my liking. You check this out. You can basically push this in a little bit. Make sure that closes all the way. See how this flexes? Not a fan of that. So we're gonna beef up the support on the bottom, and that will actually allow us to mount an accessory in the future. Another thing you notice, these guys are just hanging off here. Yeah, that needs to be fixed as well. That's actually on the list to basically create a small little extrude that will keep these cables up and out of the way, so you don't get embarrassed in a video like this. So anyway, guys, I hope this builds confidence in us as a team addressing all of these small issues. Appreciate your guys' interest and support for the project, and keep following along.